Hi, I'm Mugs McConnell, and this is Snippets of Yoga Philosophy. Today, I would like to talk to you a little bit about chakras. So this is just an overview of chakras. There's a lot of information about chakras. So I just want to touch on this basic information about it, to just, for those of you who aren't familiar, to give you a little bit of insight into it. So we have, I think in an earlier version, we talked about the three bodies: the physical body, the astral body, and the causal body. So the physical body is where all this form comes from, and the astral body is the energy and life force, the prana movement, and the chakras and the Sushumna, where they reside along, are in the astral body. In the physical body, we have nerve clusters there, nerve ganglion, centers of power and energy physically. And so this is power and energy in our energetic body. So at the base of the spine is the Muladhara Chakra. And this is related to our basic needs. It's our foundation to have our basic needs of food, clothing, and shelter met. And with a strong foundation, the rest of us can begin to thrive. So if we have any insecurity in this root chakra, we're off balance because we suddenly lost our job, or we have to move suddenly, well, then that root chakra can be knocked off balance. And so then the next chakra is the sacral pelvic region, and it's called the Svadhishthana Chakra. And this is related to our desires and our creativity. So when our foundation at the root chakra, the Muladhara Chakra, is stable, then we can get more creative. And so the creativity can flow, the procreation can flow, and everything can feel stable as we allow ourselves to express ourselves creatively. We move up to the solar plexus region, the navel area, the Manipura Chakra. And Manipura Chakra is our personal power, our sense of will and drive to accomplish things in this world, which again, is much easier when our foundation is settled and stable, and we can feel creative freely. So then we can put into action the things that we would like to accomplish. So that's at the Manipura Chakra. If this area is off balance, you may have some digestive issues, indigestion, etc. Moving up into the heart center, we have the Anahata Chakra. And the Anahata Chakra is related to love and compassion and kindness. Now, this is the first chakra of the higher chakras. So the first three, Muladhara, Manipura, or Svadhisthana, and Manipura, are the three chakras related to our walk on this earth, our time on this earth, our functioning related to the earth. They provide us with what is needed before we move into the spiritual chakras, which begin at the heart. And so now at the heart center, Anahata Chakra, this is where we develop our compassion, our understanding, harmoniousness. It's where we can express our love. In this area, we have our heart and our lungs, and so this is really an area where we can begin to develop unconditional love and compassion. You know, we feel the heart here. We can feel a broken heart, etc. So then we move into the throat center, the Vishuddhi Chakra. Some say Vishuddha, some lineages say Vishuddhi. So Vishuddhi Chakra is all about communication and speech. Why is this a spiritual chakra, a higher chakra? Because what we say with our words can build a person up or absolutely crush them. And it's not only the outward expression of words, but what we say internally to ourselves and about others as well. So it's the vibration is very powerful from this chakra of speech. There's different techniques that will say give you sweetness of voice, like Brahmari Pranayama. Well, this is very powerful with regards to developing a kind voice, a voice that will build up others and yourself. And so that's why this is a higher chakra here. If you're having difficulties with it, you'll probably find yourself gossiping or saying negative things about yourself or someone else. Then we come into the third eye chakra. And this is the center of the mind, intuition, wisdom, the visions. As it opens up, we have a completely different level of wisdom beyond the logical mind. There's the higher mind, and this is where this center is. It's like the third eye, way of seeing differently, and we begin to open this up as our spiritual self evolves. And these three chakras are very related to each other, just like the lower ones are for our walk on this earth. What we develop, what kind of compassion, thoughts we develop in our heart will become our voice. So we want to really work with the higher mind to expand our love and kindness toward others, to see the divine in others. And then this is what will become our expression in this area. From here, then we come up to the crown chakra. And the crown chakra is when all of the other chakras are flowing and open and their energy and power is moving, then that energy can flow up through the crown chakra, the Sahasrara Chakra. So each of these chakras has related aspects to them about our existence. So we're made up of the elements earth, water, fire, air, ether, light, or mind. And so these elements, and that's all talked about in the Bhagavad Gita, of how we're made up of the elements. These elements relate to the chakras. So the Muladhara Chakra is related to the earth element. It's the root chakra, and roots go into the earth. The Svadhishthana Chakra is related to the water element. And this is where our fluid grace comes from. All the movement of the liquids in the body, we're made up of 75 to 90% water, depending whether you're talking about bones or the flow of blood. And so this is that beautiful water element in all of our cells and graceful movement. Manipura, the solar plexus chakra, is related to the fire element. This is our will, our power center to move forward and accomplish things in our life. The heart center, Anahata Chakra, is related to the air element, which makes a lot of sense because as we move through this world, we draw in air into the lungs, and then the oxygen is pumped through the body to the cells by the heart, and this all resides in this Anahata area. So that is the air element, the movement of breath in and breath out, which nourishes all the cells of the body. The throat center is related to ether. Ether is related to space. So when we talk about space, the voice moves through space, the air moves through space. So space is finer than air. And the space between our joints, the space between our thoughts. So these are important spaces, the space in the mind as we quieten the mind. Then we move into the Ajña Chakra, the third eye chakra, and this is related to light and mind. I prefer light myself. It's like there's so many phrases that talk about like the lights are on but nobody's home, or I saw the light. So we see things differently. So it's the light, allowing our divine light to show. And it is said that at this center, when we close our eyes and we try to view the colors of the different chakras, that we see them here, they're reflected here like a periscope, and that this is our periscope where we can actually see them. And so the Ajña Chakra, light, or the mind, the lower mind, then higher mind. And then here we move into Sahasrara Chakra, the crown center. And this is beyond the elements. It is beyond all of that. If we go now, and so that's related to the elements of who we are. We can relate to the chakras to the senses. So now the root chakra, Muladhara Chakra, is related to smell. So it's our roots. And when we get certain smells, it takes us right back to our roots, our memories. And then if we go to Svadhishthana, the sacral pelvic, the water element, this is the center of taste. And when you taste something, there's the saliva there that helps you with the beginning of the digestive juices. So the element of taste. Moving into Manipura Chakra, this is the area of sight. Now that might seem strange, but for our walk on earth, this is where we have our gut insight. And this sight saves us so many times. We get this gut feeling. So it's a sight not related to the sight here, but it's the sight, an insight of survival and protection. Very powerful. The heart center is related to touch, which makes complete sense. Oh, I feel so touched. Compassion. So this is our center of touch and that sense. And then the Vishuddhi Chakra is the sense of hearing, right? Because the voice comes from here. And so that makes a great sense too. So the sense of hearing. Up here, now we're moving into the sixth sense. This is where different powers develop, more intuition, insights. So that's a higher kind of sight than at the solar plexus, Manipura Chakra. This is the sixth sense, insights, intuitions, and they start to develop. And then the crown center is beyond the senses. We often talk about colors. Now, traditional colors for the chakras are different than the colors of the rainbow, which we use often in the West. Traditional colors are related to the yantra or the geometrical design of the chakras and their petals. So you'll often hear that the root chakra is yellow. The Svadhisthana sacral pelvic chakra is silvery color. Manipura, the solar plexus, is red, etc. So those are different. They're related to the yantra, or sort of geometrical design of the chakras, mandalas of the chakras, you could say. But when we think of energy and a prism, like a crystal that you've hung in the window and the light shines through it, it shines in the colors of the rainbow. That is the reflection of the colors. And those are the more Western eyes, because it's like this reflection of the light through these chakras. So the root chakra is related to red. The sacral pelvic chakra, Svadhisthana, is related to orange. And the Manipura solar plexus, solar, is yellow. So that makes sense there. The heart center, Anahata Chakra, is related to green. And that's such a beautiful, calming, compassionate color. The throat chakra is related to blue, which I think of the space, the sky is blue, and this is related to space. So very spaciousness, blue. The Ajña Chakra is indigo, which is like a ripe plum color. And then the crown center is related to white. Now, some say when it stands alone, its chakra petals are down. And in that case, it's the violet color. But when all the other chakras are flowing and open and it flows through the Sahasrara, it is white. It is colorless, like it's beyond the elements, it's beyond color. There's different mantras for the chakras, and they are so sensible, it's amazing. So when you look at a yantra or of a chakra, then each one has different petals. Like the root chakra has 4 petals, and the Svadhishthana Chakra has 6 petals, etc. There's a total of 50 petals on the chakras up to here. And on each chakra petal is one of the Sanskrit letters of the Sanskrit alphabet. So when we say things in Sanskrit, it activates, energizes the chakra energy. It's such an old, ancient, beautiful, powerful language. So that is so beautiful. But each chakra has a mantra of its own. And when you say the mantra, you can actually feel the muscles in that area create that sound. So for Muladhara, the root chakra, the mantra is lam. Lung, like lung, when you want to raise that sound. When you stop it at the lips, it stops at the lips. When you make it nasal, lung, then it raises that energy up to the Sahasrara. So just if you say lung, 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 you can feel the pelvic floor, lung, 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 moving in order to create that sound. So cool. Moving up to Svadhisthana, the sacral pelvic, the mantra is Vang, 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 spelt V-A-M, but Vang, M with a dot, Vang, Vang, Vang. And you can feel right in that pelvic region the muscles to make that sound. Moving to the solar plexus, the mantra is Ram, or Rung, 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 Rung. And you can feel your abdominal muscles right there help you to create that sound. Moving up into the heart center, missed that. I love this one. It's Yang, Yang, like Y-A-M dot. Yang, 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 yang. And I can just feel that right in my chest there. Moving to the throat, the mantra is Hang, H-A-M dot. Hang, 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 hang. The sound moves through space. Hang, 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 hang. And then we come to the third eye. And the mantra is Om. You can spell it A-U-M or Om. Om, 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 Om. And then the Sahasrara is the silence that follows the Om. Om is said to have 3 or 4 sounds. Ah, U, and the silence that follows. That wonderful essence of the vibration from external sound into internal sound. There's so much more about the chakras. This is just a very brief overview of them at this time, but I did want to share that little tidbit with you so that you can have a greater understanding. These are centers of movement. The chakras are centers of energy that give us expression. And in our yoga practice, we are really trying to balance them. Different yoga asanas will work with the chakras, different yoga techniques. So forward bends can work with the sacral pelvic region, back bends can work with the heart area. And so we're working in our yoga practice to bring balance to them so that they are in harmony and not out of balance. So this is enough of an introduction at this time on the chakras, but I hope it's really helpful and beneficial to you. And as they are exposed to you and you begin to learn more and more about them, I hope that you find that you can integrate that language and understanding of the chakras into your personal practice. So thank you for joining me and have a great day. Oh, I did want to say one more thing before I forget. There's a fantastic Sushumna Darshan in Letters from the Yoga Masters, and it starts on page 156. And this is a meditation technique that will actually guide you through getting an inner awareness of where these chakras lie. It has an additional chakra in it. It's called the Bindu Chakra, and it is between the Ajña Chakra and the Sahasrara, right in the middle of the head there. So just so that you have that awareness of an additional chakra there in that system. But try that meditation. It's also recorded in the Letters from the Yoga Masters playlist on the SOYA YouTube channel. So go and look for that, and you can find the Sushumna Darshan for a beautiful meditation to take you into your inner awareness and knowledge of where the chakras are in your own body. Thank you so much and have a beautiful day.